If you don't know who Kevin
Super
Samuels is,
untimely.
YouTube content creator, dating advice, quote unquote guru, all of that nature. Was gaining a lot of traction through many debates with different women on like just values of relationships between you know what I'm saying men and women of certain levels in life versus men and women of higher levels in life.
We
And it,
referenced him here on this pod too.
right. So that's that in a nutshell. So there's a lot of discrepancy about his takes and all of that such from women and men too. But now that he's passed and such, you see a lot of debate online right now of how are people supposed to react to it? Should people be happy or should they not be vilified for being happy that he's passed or should they be? You know what I'm saying? And I bring that to you to say, how do you feel about this situation? Because I don't want to give up a whole bunch of different situations that don't relate to
Right.
this directly. Knowing this situation, and all the shit that went, just to give context, he had people come up there, people would call in, have these debates with him and all of that such, and pretty much walk into the arena to either debate or get clown. Not clown, you know what I'm saying. But given that situation, a lot of people, whether they seen clips of it, felt the way, they had their stance on them, whether they liked them or not. What is your stance on how people are moving about their reaction to his passing?
Well, let me preface this by saying that those men and women that called into his show called in willingly.
Yeah,
Willingly. I say that to say, just respect the dead, bro. Like, whether you disagreed or agree with the opinions, don't clown the man. Don't kick the man. Don't kick the family back in. Like, God don't like ugly. Karma don't like ugly. Just if you feel indifferent about it, just say that. I respect that more. But what I've been seeing on the timeline since yesterday, since there was a rumor that he had passed, bro, it's ugly, bro. And I get it. Oh, it's Twitter, yada yada yada. I get that. I get that. But fam, somebody died, bro.
and the thing, but let's be honest though, like, and this is where I think people are getting confused. Where it's like, me, Jared, and his homeboy was having a discussion earlier about this, and he brought up an example of, say, you had a mutual friend. You know what I'm saying? She was getting beat on by her husband, verbally, physically abused, all of that such whoop de whoop. He passes. Should you be happy about his passing? And my stance on it was, well, if you didn't really know the dude, how much real stake are you putting into his passing?
Exactly.
You
Ain't got
know,
nothing to do with you.
if anything, you're more elated for the woman than hateful for the dude. If
Right.
my recollection of experiences in those situations, um, I just think where it's like they're putting different levels of situations where it's like when I learned the term abhor in fucking in what was that 10th grade English. And I was like, I learned it was another level of hate over I hate you. Cause remember, so don't say you
Yeah.
hate somebody. That's you don't ever want to say you hate somebody,
That's the
right?
sentence. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your parents always told you that. But then you go to this. I found out about this next level. Oh, you can abhor somebody. That's
Or
over. You
detest.
literally like despise every fucking atom of this person. And I think when you on that level, oh yeah, I feel nothing about how you feel about somebody's past because I know you did not give a like you can give a shit about this person's existence. You know, like just real quick, like you remember when like Osama bin Laden,
Right.
he passed, America was jumping for joy like it was revolutionary time again. Like part of me was like, okay, for the people that lives lost and 9/11 and such like that, I understand that. I understand it personally. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not personally because I didn't have nobody in it, but I understand it from seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I seen the pain and all that stuff from people in the streets and all that stuff, whoop de whoop. But I feel like it carried on for a lot of people who are just American, like gun ho Americans and shit like that, who just repping the flag, just to rep it type shit. And you had a lot of those people who are doing a lot of fuck shit in the city, not in the city, but in the country. I meant to say, where that's where you've seen a lot of, you know what I'm saying, discrimination against Middle Eastern Americans and such like that, where it wasn't safe for them in the country. Now you tell me, just to bring it full circle, John Cena, when he announced this during the middle of a fucking show that Osama bin Laden is dead, and everybody cheers at the WWE show. I don't know. I just feel like that's a little extra. It's a little.
Ari, that's a false equivalency, first of all, because Kevin Samuels never hurt anybody physically. Exactly. He never took any lives. Bin Laden took lives. He was a terrorist. Like what I said in the group chat yesterday, bro. George Zimmerman is signing autographs. Niggas ain't got that hate for him.
And walk up to him and say, "Yo, how do you feel about me as a black man?" You know,
like Kevin Samuels gave opinions. That's all that was.
All those people, like, they didn't walk into these situations, and a person in an abusive relationship didn't ask to be abused,
right?
Or then walk into it and say, like, how you feel about, you know what I'm saying, abuse? Oh, I think it's cool. No, like these people who debate with him go into these debates to pick his brain and see where he's at with the shit. And when they find out, and he lets them, they get what they asked for.
Right.
Oh, it's not all you wrong. You knew what you were getting into. You knew what
I saw through all the hate that I saw, a lot of the ugly shit that I saw a couple of women say that Kevin Samuels changed their lives for the better. A woman said that she lost 150 pounds after she hung up with Kevin Samuels because he inspired her to get back in shape.
See, it's shit like that, B. So it's like it's up and down, bro. Like Tamar Braxton was just posting about like how she, you know what I'm saying, she really fucked with dude, and she was like so it's really split down the middle. So it's like I get to the point where it's like I'm not calling I was at the point where I was calling them weird, and I had to kind of, and through that conversation earlier, where it's like that's probably the wrong term, and it was like over what was the term they used?
But Ari, it is weird because you don't know this nigga from a can of paint.
No, that was the word. Overinvested. That was the term. Overinvested. Where it's like you're overly invested into this person or this situation that you have all of these. You know what I'm saying? I think weird was probably the wrong term to use.